the fallout from Russia, Jimmy, Kyle. Anyway, the fallout from the Russia, Jimmy Dore, Aaron Mate, Forts the Vote, Glenn Greenwald gate continues as we find out that Kyle Kulinski has left TYT as an affiliate. Let's talk about it, y'all.
What are you people? We're Americans.
We are Americans indeed. My name is Vincent, and we are discussing a breaking announcement, a new announcement, a recent announcement, whatever type of announcement you want to call it. Kyle Kulinski, we have just been told, is leaving the Young Turks. Now, my good friend AU Tasco. I never say Tasco's first name, and that's the reason why. Mr. Tasco says, good on Kyle, he's better than that circus. Now, Mr. Tasco is a fan of Kyle. He likes Kyle, and I'm saying that brother is a bit naive, and, I love him. He's my brother. But I think what I'm about to show you probably has more to do with why Mr. Kulinski is no longer with TYT than the fact that he's such a good dude and he didn't like the circus. You can see here, this is Social Blade. And this is Kyle Kulinski's stats. These are the most recent stats from Mr. Kulinski. You can see up here, he's down 10.2%. On his views in the last 28 days. You see that double line there? That double line tells you how much your subscriber count is growing or decreasing in the last 28 days. And that number, prior to the deletion of that number, was at negative 90%. You can see here that as recently as Monday, Mr. Kulinski was again hemorrhaging subscribers. He was down another 1,000 subscribers, and you see all that blood there is him bleeding out subscribers. I assume that probably provides more explanatory power from his separation from TYT than his sparkling character and the idea that he no longer wants to be part of the circus. Tasco. Now, here is Mr. Uger speaking on the breakup, apparently.
Matthew H. asked, been watching you since 2014. Just wondering when you'll have people like Kyle or Vosh on the Friday Power Panel. So, I honestly, I don't know enough about Vosh, but I'll look into him more. I know that he got involved in some of this.
Vosh, I don't know much about the homie. He did make a pretty, people get hyperbolic over here, and I'm going to try to avoid that. But it's funny that Tasco just took the words right out of my mouth. Kyle should come out and condemn Vosh for his anti-Semitic comment about Mate's dad, because Crystal and Kyle gave a platform to Vosh. I agree. And since Kyle Kulinski is such a high character guy, according to my brother Tasco, I'm sure he's going to check him on that comment. There was a back and forth on Twitter. Somebody tagged me in it because the homie Jimmy Dore had retweeted one of our videos, and so because of that, I've been included in a lot of conversations, and sure enough, Mate makes some comment about somebody's tattoo, and then Vosh responds with, it'll be like your dad's or something like, or your grandfather's or something. Somebody in Mate's family had died in a concentration camp, something like it. It was horrible, horrifically terrible thing to say. Extremely classless and low, and So we'll see how folks respond to Vosh, and you know, for the most part, I haven't really seen a lot of fallout for him with that. So I guess, you know, as long as, I mean, we've gotten to a place where, because you're saying things like Trump is literally Hitler, we've now diluted the evil of what Nazism and Hitler actually is. And the fact that we keep calling everybody we disagree with Nazis dilutes what the term actually means. So now Vosh apparently feels loosey-goosey enough to make this anti-Semitic comment, and it appears as if he judged it properly because there's really not a big fallout over it. Now, Kyle wanted to give Jimmy... Remember, Kyle wanted to give Jimmy an eye jammy for saying that Anna Kasparian's dress was inappropriate. Remember, Kyle didn't want to give Jimmy the jammy because he said, nice new skirt. He thought that was funny, and according to Kyle, he defended that statement because he didn't think that was sexual harassment. The sin that Jimmy committed was by saying it was inappropriate when he was reviewing it, even though, as Jimmy demonstrated earlier today, the school that Anna was supposedly a professor for explicitly stated that mini skirts and micro skirts were illegal and that you would be sent home and that they were inappropriate to represent the school. So Kyle wanted to give Jimmy an eye jammy over that, but he didn't. I mean, again, he hasn't commented on the Vosh thing yet. I'm sure he may comment about it tomorrow. I mean, Vosh did this 4 or 5 days ago, last week, I'm not sure, right? So he had enough time. He hasn't yet commented on it. But I'm sure it'll be very boisterous and very animated, and he'll explain why he wants to give Vosh an eye jammy as well. Unbelievable. We continue.
Controversies, but and we have people on from the network, and our guest hosts more often. Kyle is no longer part of the network, and so he says that.
Okay, there it is. So according to Cenk, which again, we really have to wait for full and total and complete confirmation, but I think all of us could see this coming down the pike, 8 million miles down the pike, right? We all saw this coming from a trillion miles away, right? Because we know how Cenk and Anna and the rest of that crew over there deals with any sort of criticism, constructive or otherwise. And even though Mr. KULINSKI had a less than masculine response in those last two videos, it was enough to get the "you're dead to me" treatment from Cenk. You know, Cenk dropped some subliminals in his last video when he made a comment about people losing their self-respect. I'm pretty certain he was sneak dissing Kyle because he interprets Kyle as being cowardly for citing or even admitting that it was inappropriate for Anna to weaponize Me Too, and that it was inappropriate for Cenk and et al. To continue to raise funds past the $20 million mark from private citizens. We continue.
He disagrees with us on some policy issues. It is what it is. I've been watching you since 20.
Hold on, I gotta hear that again.
These controversies, but and we have people on from the network, and our guest hosts more often. Kyle is no longer part of the network, and so he says that he disagrees with us on some policy issues. It is what it is.
Okay, so Kyle disagrees on policy issues. I'm assuming again that secular talk is secular talk for the uninitiated. Look, if you know my channel, I can bet my firstborn that you know who and what secular talk is, right? So Kyle is, I guess what he told Cenk was that he disagrees with certain policies. Cenk doesn't explain which policies those are. Who knows? Now, Tasco's saying, was Kyle making money being a TYT affiliate? I'm assuming he was making money as being a TYT affiliate, but he was also losing money for being a TYT affiliate, as we've just seen in his Social Blade stats. He was down 90% of new subscribers in the last 28 days, and he was down 8% in views in the last 28 days. And as we've seen, he's been bleeding out by the thousands, plural, up to as recently as 2 days ago. So he was also hurting financially for being affiliated with TYT, because, you know, it's really interesting. People keep saying that Jimmy keeps going nuclear, when in reality, it is TYT that has gone nuclear. And now what we're dealing with is the fallout, and anyone who touches them now becomes contaminated. And now everybody's jumping ship because TYT went Chernobyl. That's what's happening. Rest in peace to the beautiful people who perished and continue to perish in because of Chernobyl. And I want to recognize the dignity of that moment. But you guys see my point. They're now nuclear in the literal sense, in the sense now people are jumping ships, right? That's what's occurring now. So Kyle, for some unspecified reason that Brother Cenk won't let us know, but I'm sure Kyle will tomorrow. And you know what? Maybe this is a fair kind of aspect on Cenk's part, trying to give Kyle the ability to speak for himself without poisoning the well. So at that point, you know, Cenk can't be happy about it, but I give him that. It's a sign of respect, you know, to not poison the well. So kudos to Cenk for that. Pirate Alex says, Kyle was a huge supporter of Force a Vote. Cenk originally supported it, then did a complete 180. I agree. I agree completely. 100%. Cenk lost Kyle. Yeah, Applejack, check it out. I'll rewind it for you since you super chatted. Thank you for the support, by the way. Let me rewind this for you, bro, so you can hear it.
So, I honestly, I don't know enough about Vosh, but I'll look into it more. I know that he got involved in some of these controversies, but and we have people on from the network and our guest hosts more often. Kyle is no longer part of the network, and so
there it is. CEB, Kyle is no longer part of the network. Shout out to Seven Dusted, who is not with his family, but doing his best to provide. Please stay safe, brother, and get home as soon as you possibly can, big bro. Is Vince looking yellow because he's yelling so much? Look, man, you guys, you gotta put this stuff out there, right? Because it keeps you humble, right? Like this particular, it's called an LUT or whatever, is a little bit shaded. And I thoroughly enjoy these comments. So thank you very, very much for that. Maybe I'll adjust the color. I'll try to adjust. That's as much as you're getting. Shout out to the homie. Thank you. I'm new to your channel. I love the dynamic. Your kids are awesome too. Yeah, the kids are badass. I love them. They're great. That was it, bro. So but the good thing is that Cenk did not poison the well. He just said, Kyle doesn't agree with us, whatever, and he's gone off. And look, Kyle Kulinski is apparently, like I said, I'm very, very new to this space, but it appears to me that Kyle is extremely influential and that him leaving is a big, big loss. And the circumstances in which he left, et cetera, are hurtful to Cenk, or whatever you want to say. Right? You see what I'm saying? And of course, I'm echoing. Give me a second, guys. This happens all the time. Holy moly. Let me change mics. Okay, it fixed itself apparently. The parting couldn't have been too amicable. This is Matthias Ruibal. The parting couldn't have been too amicable. He insinuates he won't be inviting Kyle because he's no longer part of TYT, but he says he'd consider Vosh. Yeah, I mean, I hear that, and you know, I get it that Vosh is not necessarily like a very good character to be associated with. My suspicion is that Cenk truly doesn't know much about Vosh, and that if he did, he would stay far away from him. So I'm assuming that's just ignorance on Cenk's part as to who Vosh is. I can't imagine that Cenk is going to align himself in any way with Vosh, considering the beating that TYT has been taking. We continue.
He says that he disagrees with us on some policy issues. It is what it is. Good luck to him. And let's see.
See, that's a thing. Like, you can't.